Welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in. In today's video, we are doing a complete altcoin analysis. Now, before we get into the altcoin analysis, make sure to check us out on our main YouTube channel, Mega Whale Crypto, where we post daily videos of Bitcoin focusing on the facts, the data, the technical, and the structural information. No hype, no BS, no emotion, pure raw TA. And if you're interested in more of that kind of content, you can join us on Telegram. That will be the first link down below. You'll get access to charts, updates, videos, educational posts, news events, and everything you need to stay in the loop with cryptocurrency, with Bitcoin, and the relevant economic news. And if you were interested in taking your trading to the next level, you can join us in our VIP group where we post trading setups with exact entry prices, exact targets, exact stop losses, trade justification, exclusive analysis, and so much more. You'll also get access to all of our group chats with over 700 members, our trading chart and education chat, our daily video, help, news, and trade setup chat. So you can find out more information about our VIP in the pinned comment of the free channel by clicking my name, or these two links showing you a video inside the channel and a 50-month trading track record by the first link. Check it out, guys, and let's dive into the altcoin video. Okay, Mega Whale team, in today's video, we are taking a look at Ethereum, doing a macro and a short-term analysis, discussing the recent positive momentum shift on the daily, the rally to 2,800, and what I believe to be one of the most important levels of resistance, that being the $2,800 level. We are going to be discussing why this particular level is of utmost significance, looking back at historical price action and reaction to this level. We are also going to be discussing potential future targets for Ethereum, going over best, medium, and worst case scenarios. Let's go ahead and get stuck into it. So starting on the higher time frame, as we can see, Ethereum has had a short-term rally, which we'll be discussing in a second, to 2,800. This rally came as a result of the absorption of the selling pressure that was developing through the 10th to the 13th of May to June. We saw that selling pressure absorb with, of course, the breakout on the RSI, signaling for the first time during this consolidation phase, the buyers were able to get back in control, and the trend was in hands of the bulls. When we saw that breakout, the RSI, that is when we really started to see this uptrend kick off, with a rally from 2,500 up to 2,830 within just a 2-day period, totaling 13%. So a fantastic rally through Ethereum, a very aggressive rally for Ethereum, but that has taken us right into our next level of resistance. And as I just mentioned, I do believe this level is probably one of the most important levels for Ethereum right now. Not only from a volume perspective, as we can see over here, just above 2,800, we have got a humongous visible range volume profile gap over here, what I like to call a low historical resistance range. Simply put, a range on the horizontal scale between two price points, hence a range, where the historical trading volume is significantly lower. And therefore, if the price is able to push into this level, we would see a dramatic surge in bullish volatility, resulting in an explosive move toward the upside. So there is still a chance that if Ethereum breaks through 2,900, we enter this low historical resistance range, which takes us up to 3,100, potentially as high as $3,300 for Ethereum in an aggressive uptrend. So there is a really strong urge for Ethereum to break through this level, as the bullish consequence is dramatic. But as I mentioned, the $2,800 level is a level of equal resistance as it is support. Let's take a look at our historical reactions from this level. This level spans back as far as 2024 February in terms of historical significance, so it has been significant for a little bit over a year, about a year and a half. And now, again, the distance or the length of the time this level has held significance is less important to the reactions in the price action when this level has broken or upwards or downwards from this region. So let's take a look back in 2024 from the dates of 2024 Feb all the way up until 2024 August, we held the $2,800 level as a level of support. Pretty aggressively with numerous retests over that 170-day period. Following the breakdown of this $2,800 level, we saw a flash correction of 26%, only then to be stuck underneath this range again for a period of 97 or 95 days. We then broke through and saw a massive rally unfold. This rally was spanned between, of course, November all the way up into December, totaling a gain of 44%. We then saw a correction back to this level again after sustaining above this region for a total amount of days of around about 80 days. We then saw again a loss of this region, resulting in yet another flash correction of 25%, then to continue into a steeper downtrend of 50% after ejecting from that $2,900 level, only then to now come back and retest it after a period of 130 days. So we have seen over the course of a year and a half, a lot of macro uptrends and downtrends, as well as large volatile moves begin from this point of resistance. So we know that the break above this level has the potential to send us back into another one of these larger moves toward the upside, the target in this instance being that 3,300 level for a maximal target, coming up to retest that buy side liquidity level of that prior high just before we saw that correction toward the downside. So we know 2,800 a major level. Now, ideally, we see a breakthrough, right? Ideally, we see the price break through 2,800 and continue toward the upside. Now, what we need to see for that to happen becomes a little bit more complicated. If you are looking for a new exchange or just want to support the channel, sign up to BitUnix with the link down below. You'll get a lifetime trading fee discount of 15%, which can build up to 45% based on your trading volume, as well as access to a bonus reward center, and of course, all of the exclusive campaigns we run on this exchange. You'll also get access to BitUnix being a non-KYC exchange, meaning you can sign up from anywhere in the globe without regulations. And most importantly, I only promote exchanges I trust and I use. As you can see, I trade on BitUnix very regularly, being the highest VIP level with over $500 million in trading volume for the last 30 days. And lastly, if you were interested in signing up to our other two exchanges, BingX or BitGet, you can also do that via the links down below. You as well will get the 15% trading fee discount and everything else that comes with it. Go ahead and sign up. Thank you for supporting. Let's jump back in. We need to see Bitcoin push through 110,000. We need to see a new all-time high for that. We need to see, in terms of a total cryptocurrency market cap, we need to see the total cryptocurrency market cap continue toward the upside. And we need to see the altcoin market cap hold above the baseline of the Ichimoku cloud, which is the orange line. So a few things need to develop and happen to facilitate Ethereum continuing into this low historical resistance range and potentially 3,000 to 3,300. But what we can say for now, based on this, is that the reaction we will have when 2,900 breaks is likely going to be explosive, is likely going to be very bullish, and will likely initiate a larger uptrend based on what we have seen happen historically. Now here comes the worst case scenario. Of course, we've just talked about the best case scenario, and I do believe the best case scenario is very plausible. But while we remain underneath this region, it is a resistance. So the potential for corrections are in play. Now, corrections are not always bad. In this instance, we have seen absorption, we have seen a breakout of our structure, and we have seen a continuation. Therefore, even if we were to see a correction back to 2,700, that would be okay. We can still reverse support resistance slip and continue upwards. I would only be concerned if we see a correction that takes us under the 200 moving average again and under that 50 EMA. So even if we see a short-term pullback, I do believe it would be a healthy pullback. Only if we start dropping below that 200 moving average and we drop below this peak on the VRPV, entering again a lower historical range toward the downside, do we really run the risk of this turning ugly. Until then, short-term pullbacks from a range of significant resistance is very plausible. It is very likely. The reaction upon the breakout is going to be very, very bullish. The question is, are we going to do that, and when will that happen? Are the dominoes going to fall in the exact order we need for that to facilitate? Is Bitcoin going to push past 110,000? If so, we will likely see Ethereum go up. Is interest rates going to drop this week? If so, we will definitely see Ethereum go up. Is the Federal Reserve press conference going to have more of a bullish tone? If so, we will very likely see the cryptocurrency market and thus Ethereum go up. But if we see the adverse of any of that, if we see more of a bearish tone, if we see signs that the economy is not going to be moving in a predictable fashion to which the Federal Reserve is going to be confident in producing any sort of date on when they expect interest rates to drop, well then we could see short-term healthy pullbacks develop. Let's jump down to a smaller time frame. So even here on the 4-hour chart, guys, we can see Ethereum has retested and is starting to see a little bit of weakness develop, right? We are starting to see some rejections develop from this region. We're go down to the 1-hour chart, we can see that we do have a potential triple bearish divergence developing. Again, this is when we have higher highs on the price action, right? And we have lower highs on the RSI. So signaling, again, exhaustion, developing into resistance, potential for a short-term pullback into that 2,700 region before we then continue back up. That would be healthy, right? Retracing to the 50, seeing that mean reversion, and then continuing upwards would be a healthy sign for the market. So all in all, guys, the premise of today's video is not really to talk about this, right? This is more or less irrelevant. The premise of the video, and the most important thing I want people to take away from this video, and the whole reason I'm even doing this video in the first place, is to discuss the dramatic significance of 2,800. It really is an important level, and it is, you could consider to be the last level of major resistance before we just have this larger move toward the upside for the market. I think this is really, really telling for how the whole market is sitting right now. If we go over to Bitcoin really quickly, our wrong chart, Bitcoin, and we look at Bitcoin in the 4-hour, well, Bitcoin is in a very important level too. It's sitting at that 110,000 resistance. Again, the last level of resistance. We break through here. We have clear skies of 115, 120,000. Same with Ethereum. If we break through here on Ethereum, we have clear skies, so 3,000, 3,300. We are at that breaking point, that last level of resistance for the market. And the big question is, are we going to see the breakthrough? And the answer to that is we need to see how the price responds. And at the moment, based on momentum, any sort of pullback should be considered a relatively healthy pullback, provided 2,700, this 2,650, 2,700, the prior range high is able to sustain a support. So expect short-term pullbacks from here. Don't expect this to just be a clean-cut boom to the moon, all right? Expect short-term pullbacks. This is a major level of resistance, a major area of which we have seen a lot of selling occur, and also a lot of buying occur. So we know reactions are strong, and therefore the stronger the reactions we've had historically at these levels, the harder it is going to be breaking, and importantly, when it does break, the larger the reaction. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Very important level here through Ethereum. Pay attention to it over the next coming weeks. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one on this channel. I'll see you then. Bye.